4. Cheap luxury cars. Everyone ignores, but they are actually absolute gold mines. It is honestly painful to see so many people throwing away their hard-earned savings on basic, boring commuter cars just because they're terrified of high repair bills. But while everyone else is fighting over those same basic cars, they are completely ignoring 4 cheap luxury cars that are hidden right in plain sight. These vehicles are absolute gold mines. Luxury machines that look like they cost $80,000, but actually sell for less than a used Corolla. Today, I'm revealing the value gap, where you get world-class reliability and elite status for a fraction of the market price. The last car on this list is a secret so well kept that even most hardcore enthusiasts forget it's a luxury car at all. In the end of this video, I will give you the buyer's cheat sheet. With the help of this sheet, you will never get scammed. Hit that subscribe button so you never overpay for a car again. Which car are you planning to buy next? Tell me in the comments below. The gold mine logic. Why are these cars so cheap? Before I reveal these 4 cars, you need to understand why they're so cheap. Because once you understand the game, you'll never overpay for a boring car again. Here's the secret that dealerships don't want you to know. A $60,000 luxury car loses roughly 80% of its value in 10 years. That's not because the car falls apart. It's because rich people get bored. The first owner wants the newest model, the freshest tech, the bragging rights. So they dump a perfectly good car for pennies on the dollar. But here's where it gets interesting. Most luxury cars share their guts with cheap mass-market vehicles. This is called the parts bin secret. The engine in your fancy Lexus? Same basic architecture as a Camry. The transmission in your Acura? Honda engineering. This means you get luxury on the outside and economy car maintenance costs on the inside. So why do people ignore these cars? Simple. They look boring. They have bad badges. They're not flashy enough for Instagram. And that market ignorance? That's your opportunity. While everyone else fights over overpriced Civics and Corollas, you can slide into a leather throne for half the price. But here's the catch. Not all cheap luxury cars are gold mines. Some are money pits. That's why I've narrowed it down to 4 cars that deliver maximum luxury with minimum headaches. Let's start with the safest entry point into luxury ownership. Car number 1. The Lexus ES 350, 2007 to 2012. The safe bet. If you're nervous about buying your first luxury car, this is where you start. The Lexus ES 350. And before you say, that's a grandpa car, hear me out. Because that reputation is exactly why this car is a gold mine. Why it's ignored. People see the ES 350 and think, retirement home parking lot. It's not aggressive. It's not sporty. It doesn't turn heads at car meets. And that's precisely why you can buy one for the price of a clapped-out economy car. The gold mine engineering. Here's what most people don't realize. The Lexus ES 350 is essentially a Toyota Camry wearing a tuxedo. Under that hood sits the legendary 2GRFE 3.5-liter V6 engine. This is the same engine family that powers Camrys, Highlanders, and Avalons. And these engines? They regularly hit 300,000 miles without breaking a sweat. Most mechanics will hate me for telling you this, but Lexus maintenance is basically Toyota maintenance with fancier waiting rooms. Oil changes, brake pads, basic servicing, it's all the same parts at nearly the same prices. The value math. Let's do the comparison. A decent 2010 Honda Civic with 100,000 miles will run you $8,000 to $10,000. For that same money, you can get a 2010 Lexus ES 350 with similar mileage. But in the Lexus, you get heated and cooled leather seats, premium wood trim that actually looks expensive, a cabin so silent you'll forget there's an engine running, and a reliability record that matches or beats any economy car on the market. You're paying Civic money for a car that makes you feel like you've actually made it in life. If you think the ES 350 is a steal, wait until you see the engineering secret behind car number 2. This next one drives like nothing else in its price range. Car number 2, the Acura RL/RLX, 2005 to 2012. The engineering sleeper. This car represents one of the most underrated pieces of automotive engineering ever built, and almost nobody knows it exists. The Acura RL, later called the RLX. Why it's ignored. Let's be honest, Acura doesn't have the clout of Mercedes or BMW. When someone says, "I drive an Acura," people think fancy Honda. The design is understated, almost plain. It doesn't scream wealth, and in a world where everyone wants attention, that's a death sentence for resale value. But guess what? That's your advantage. The Goldmine engineering. The Acura RL is a Honda under the skin. And Honda doesn't build junk. But here's where it gets special. The RL features something called Super Handling All-Wheel Drive, or SHAWD. This isn't your typical all-wheel drive system that just sends power to all 4 wheels. SHAWD can actively send up to 70% of power to the rear wheels and distribute it side to side based on which wheel has the most grip. In plain English, this luxury sedan drives like a sports car. It corners flat. It feels planted. And in rain or snow, it's an absolute beast. The value math. A 2008 to 2012 Acura RL in good condition with reasonable mileage? You're looking at $6,000 to $9,000. Compare that to a new Honda Accord at $35,000, and you start to see the insanity of buying new. The RL gives you legitimate luxury, advanced technology that still impresses today, and Honda reliability for the price of a down payment on a boring car. We're now entering territory where most people have never even heard of these cars. And that's exactly where the real gold mines hide. The next car on this list was built for executives who wanted something different from the usual German options. And today, it sells for absolutely nothing. Car number 3. The Infiniti M37/M45, 2006 to 2010. The forgotten executive. If you want to feel like a CEO without spending CEO money, pay attention. The Infiniti M series. Specifically, the M37 and M45. Why it's ignored. Everyone knows about the Infiniti G35 and G37. Those are the sporty ones that young enthusiasts buy. But the M series? That's the bigger, more expensive executive sedan that Infiniti built to compete with the BMW 5 Series and Mercedes E-Class. And almost everyone forgot it exists. When people think Infiniti, they think G series. The M gets overlooked completely, which means prices have absolutely cratered. The Goldmine engineering. The M series uses the VQ engine. And if you know anything about engines, you just sat up straighter. The VQ engine family has been named towards 10 Best Engines list 14 times. 14. This is one of the most celebrated, most reliable, most refined V6 engines ever mass-produced. The M45 variant gets a 4.5-liter V8 that produces 325 horsepower. That's serious power in a package that weighs less than you'd expect. But here's what separates the M from the G series. Interior quality. The M was Infiniti's flagship. The leather is thicker, the wood trim is real. The seats have more adjustments. Everything feels a level above. The value math. A 2008 Infiniti M35 with 100,000 miles? $5,000 to $8,000? A 2009 M45 with the V8? Often under $10,000. You're getting a car that costs $60,000 new. A car built to compete with German executive sedans. A car with one of the best engines ever made. For the price of a Corolla. This is what I mean by gold mine. But here's the thing. Everything I've shown you so far, those are just warm-ups. The car I'm about to reveal is so underrated, so ignored, that even car enthusiasts forget it exists. And it might be the single best value in the entire used car market. Car number 4, the Hyundai Genesis sedan, 2009 to 2014. The ultimate hidden gem. This is it. The car that breaks everyone's brain. The first-generation Hyundai Genesis sedan. I can already hear you. A luxury Hyundai? Are you serious? And that reaction? That's exactly why this car is the ultimate gold mine. Why it's ignored. The badge. That's it. That's the entire reason. People see Hyundai and think economy cars. Cheap rental fleet vehicles, appliances on wheels. So when Hyundai built a genuine luxury sedan, nobody took it seriously. And that badge bias has kept prices in the basement ever since. The gold mine engineering. Here's what nobody talks about. Hyundai spent billions of dollars developing this car with one mission: beat the BMW 5 Series. Let me tell you what they built. The Genesis sedan is rear-wheel drive. Not front-wheel drive like most economy cars. Rear-wheel drive, like a proper luxury sport sedan. This gives it balanced handling and a premium driving feel. The V8 model uses a 4.6-liter engine producing 375 horsepower. In 2009, that was serious power. The sound system? Lexicon. The same company that provides audio systems for Rolls-Royce. In a Hyundai. The interior features real wood, real leather, and build quality that shocked automotive journalists when it launched. This car won North American Car of the Year in 2009. It wasn't a fluke. The value math. This is where your jaw drops. A 2012 Hyundai Genesis sedan with the V8 in good condition with reasonable miles? $6,000 to $9,000. Often less. That's the price of a used Honda Civic. A car with cloth seats, 4 cylinders, and 0 presence. Instead, you get a rear-wheel drive luxury sedan with a V8, a Rolls-Royce level sound system, heated and cooled seats, and a cabin that rivals anything from Germany. The only reason this car is cheap is because it says Hyundai on the trunk. And if you're smart enough to ignore badges and focus on value, this is the biggest gold mine on the entire list. The buyer's cheat sheet. How to not get scammed all right. You're convinced you want one of these cars, but before you hand over your money, you need to know how to buy smart. The maintenance math. Let me show you why these cars make financial sense. A typical repair on a BMW 5 Series, say an alternator replacement, might cost $800 to $1,200 at a shop. That same repair on a Lexus ES 350, $200 to $300. Honda-based Acura parts? Similar story. Even the Genesis uses widely available components that don't require specialist tools. The luxury is in the experience. The maintenance is economy car simple. Inspection tips. Before you buy any of these cars, check these things. First, air suspension. Some models have it, and if it's failing, that's a $2,000 repair. Listen for the compressor running constantly. Check if the car sits level. Second, transmission fluid. Pull the dipstick if accessible. It should be red or light brown, not dark or smelling burnt. Transmission replacements kill used car deals. Third, electronics. These are older luxury cars. Test every button, every screen, every seat function. Minor electrical gremlins are normal. Major failures are red flags. Where to buy? Here's the insider tip. Look for these cars from single-owner elderly sellers. Think about it. Who bought a Lexus ES 350 or a Hyundai Genesis in 2010? Often, it was a retiree who wanted comfort and reliability. These buyers typically drove gently, maintained religiously, and kept the car garaged. Find these sellers on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Avoid auction cars and dealer lots when possible. The best gold mines come from people who babied them. Let's bring this home. You now know something that 95% of car buyers don't understand. Cheap doesn't have to mean boring. Affordable doesn't have to mean compromise. While everyone else fights over overpriced Civics and Corollas, you can drive a car with heated leather seats, a silent cabin, and genuine presence. For the same money or less. The Lexus ES 350 gives you Toyota reliability in luxury clothing. The Acura RL gives you Honda engineering with a sports car's handling. The Infiniti M gives you executive presence with one of the best engines ever built. And the Hyundai Genesis? That gives you everything the Germans charge 50,000 for at Civic prices. The value seeker mindset wins every single time. If you want to stop overpaying for boring cars, hit that like button right now. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 gold mines would you put in your garage? Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. But wait, what if you need more space? What if you need an SUV? If you don't want to miss that, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.